On this channel, and most of Inazuma 11 YouTube as a whole to be honest, we usually cover the games and the anime of the series. And this video won't be any different, but because of this, I wouldn't blame you if you weren't aware that this series also has a manga. The author is Yabuno Tenya, and it was distributed in Koro Koro comics. It does follow the same general story of Inazuma 11, but there's a lot of differences, such as the entirety of Inazuma 11 2 just not happening, characters like Shishido and Shadow just not existing, and drastically different move distribution, such as Mark having grenade shot, and Axel being the complete opposite of how he is in the games and the anime. He straight up told Ray Dark he'd kill him, and there's many more differences. But what's any of this got to do with the games? Because of this guy here, Koro Koro Gon, or Ryujin Korogaon? This Keshin is based on Koro Dragon, the mascot of Koro Koro Comics, the company who distributed the Inazuma 11 manga. And this thing is built different, to put it bluntly. When you think of the strongest Keshins in the series, the fusions most likely come to mind, right? Their monstrous stats and stat totals, as well as climactic presence within the anime, makes it very clear that they are the pinnacle, and you better put some respect on their names. But now what if I told you that in Go 2 and Go 3, our friend here actually has a higher KP stat than one of the fusions, sitting at a 220 in Go 2 and a ridiculous 290 in Go 3, standing 10 and a respectable 40 points above Alpha and KP. But with that said, this thing has the lowest attack stat of any fighting spirit ever. 10 points. Yes, just 10, not 10 points lower or 10 points this, that, no, just 10. It's kind of funny if you ask me. As we've gone over quite a few times, when it comes to the games, Keshins are the pinnacle of power. So how can a Keshin with an attack stat lower than the number of Victory Road delays be a force to be reckoned with? Let me break it down for you. Also, I'm mainly focused on Go Galaxy just to make it a lot simpler, not bouncing around between games. Firstly, your KP stat isn't just for pumping out moves, and in addition to that, your attack stat isn't the only stat your Keshin has that contributes to power output. I spent a long time trying to reverse engineer some type of equation but couldn't 100% get a solid repeatable result. But from all that research and testing, I found that part of what contributes to the ridiculous power output your Keshin provides is actually partly due to your KP stat. Your KP stat and your Keshin attack stat are combined and multiplied by certain values. As a rule of thumb, this is usually 0.2 as a base, which gives you 20% of it. However, if your player's position matches the Keshin's position, such as goalkeeper and goalkeeper, then it actually goes up to 40%. There are also Keshin passive skills that boost this further. And what do you know, Koro Koro Gon actually has one of them. Mina Ike Ike, also known as Everyone Move It, gives you an extra 20% when in the lead. In the Go series, they also removed the debuff from this skill of decreasing the success rate and power when you're losing. So to summarize, Koro Koro Gon has a great passive and doesn't miss out a lot by having a very low attack stat due to its great stat total carried by its mind-blowing KP stat. As we mentioned before, most of you know that your KP stat allows you to pump out your special moves, and when it comes to pumping out special moves, there are very few Keshin that can come close to Koro Koro Gon. Crimson Sphere is Koro Koro Gon's Keshin move, and it's pretty decent. This move is 240 base power, so medium strength, minus 30 stun value, which is quite nice, and it's a fire type move. All this wrapped up in a neat package of 50 KP. And as we mentioned before, his max KP stat is 290, meaning he can let off 5 of these within a match. That is a lot more than most other Keshins. Most can barely let off 2 and some can't even do that. However, you can actually change this to 9 times, almost doubling the amount you can output, and this is done by equipping your keeper with 2 stacks of Keshin no Setsuyaku, which is also known as Spirit Economy, which lowers the move's cost from 50 KP to 32. That is unprecedented levels of Keshin move spam. But that's actually the unoptimal thing to do. The optimal choice is to do the opposite and reduce the number of times you can use this move. Why? Say it with me, guys. Spirit Big Moves. Keshin no Chowaza, aka Spirit Big Moves, is one of the most broken skills available to players. This doubles the power output of your Keshin move while only increasing the cost by 20%. And due to Miximax, you can have 2 stacks of this. Couple this with 2 stacks of fire boost and you're looking at some ridiculous crimson spheres. But what makes this so good on Koro Koro Gon is again his massive KP stat. Usually running 2 stacks of spirit big moves and 2 stacks of elemental boost doesn't let most fighting spirits output more than 1 or 2 Keshin moves. And if you're Zodiac, you can't even use 1. Koro Koro Gon can use 4. And even after that, you still have enough KP to armor fire and use a special move. Maybe even more than 1 if you decide to drop an elemental boost for economy. This Keshin is very quirky. I didn't really have an aim with this video, I just wanted to talk about Koro Koro Gon because I think it's pretty cool and unique. But by no means is it like the strongest Keshin of all time, blah blah blah. It's just very fun and extremely interesting. Also, there are some other Keshins who more or less follow the same blueprint as Koro Koro Gon, and a lot of the points made in this video apply to those Keshins too, but not all of the points, you know. Like, some can use a lot of special moves, others have like very high like KP stats. Oh yeah, some examples are like Sorsha Maestro and Dalaman Glass. But yeah, Koro Koro Gon is extremely unique. Yeah, that's about it. You know, like, comment, subscribe, goodbye, all that stuff.